Let's go, drinks on Dusty, let's start the show. Drinks on Dusty, coming in hot, coming in to blow up the spot. The guests be picking, what we be drinking, we don't know what Dusty is thinking. We are here to have a good time, see where the convo may just climb. Sit back, put your drinks up, go on y'all, fill up your cup. Drinks on Dusty, let's go. Come on y'all, start the show. Oh no. Woo!
Some people have told me that they don't listen to my podcast, but they do fuck with my theme song, and they will literally go, yeah, I don't listen to anything you fucking say, but I fucking listen to your theme song all the fucking time, and I think it's hysterical, and it's a little fucked up, to be honest with you.
No, I like that you have like opening theme songs for everything. It's great.
I don't know about everything, but it's become my new fucking hobby for sure.
No, but you should like think about like when I go to the shower, when I go to bed, I should have a theme song. Like you should have
Just
that.
have a theme song for
it's
everything.
gonna go viral for sure.
All right, everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Drinks on Dusty. And this is a really new episode because this is, the first episode I have with my guest in a while that's in person, that is using my new equipment, which she will talk about and brag about. And it's the first time doing kind of an interview that I've done in a very long time. So I want to introduce everybody to my guest today. My guest here in my studio apartment, my bedroom. Not my studio, my bedroom. But she is somebody that I met probably a year ago, roughly?
January?
Is it January? Okay, around there. I don't know what the timeline is there. But is that a year? I don't know. You didn't answer my question. Is that a year? I don't know.
6 months?
6 months? No. Because I guess. No,
nine.
About 9 months.
Yeah.
9 months. I met this person about 9 months ago. So what is really cool about this podcast is going to be somebody that doesn't know me from all the other bullshit, like some of you people have been on here that know all that. But she's somebody that I met with at work, and I gelled with incredibly quickly. And now we become, I would like to say, we're getting to the good friend stage. She's all hesitant about it, but we are. But her name is Dorthea Gloria.
Woo!
Thanks.
Scream.
Yeah, screams. Cheers. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Dorthea.
Thank you for having me.
I totally forgot your last name was Gloria too, by the way.
I know, it's weird. It's okay.
It's not weird. I was like, literally as I was saying that, I was like, it's right there, Gloria. Okay, cool. Dorthea, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I'm excited to have you for numerous reasons. And it's so weird because, we've been hanging out here talking for a little bit. But I'll get into why I have you on here. But how are you feeling today, Dorthea?
I'm feeling great. It's a Sunday. I did nothing.
Not
except
a damn
for
thing.
Yeah.
I did do nothing.
So yeah.
You told me this is your first podcast you've ever been on.
Yes, it is my first podcast. So I'm a bit nervous. I feel like I don't know what it's like to be on a podcast.
Nah. This one sucks, so don't worry about it. It's just a self-deprecating fucking humor. No, it's gonna be great. You're gonna be great.
Okay, we'll do it.
We're gonna hang out, and guess what? We're just drinking, so who gives a fuck?
Yes.
And to get right into it, Dorthea, what are we drinking today for the podcast?
So right now we are currently drinking lemon drops.
Now she's lemon drops. I don't know if anyone knows what a lemon drop is. Vodka. It's supposed to be simple syrup, but I use maple syrup. It actually tastes really fucking good. I just tried mine. It's good. Vodka, triple sec, simple syrup. I use maple syrup and some lemon juice that we're mixing. Now she said currently, because when you filled out the form on what you wanted to drink, do you remember the 3 that you put down here?
Yeah, I placed Cosmopolitan, lemon drop, and Moscow Mule.
Now, why did you put these ones down?
Well, I mean, I asked my bartender friend what I should possibly drink, and she said, I think you'll like these 3 drinks. Because I don't drink. I only drink beer, but I rarely drink beer. So that's why I've never tried these things, but I really like.
So you might find this is what's interesting about this podcast is that you do not drink ever. And if you tell the people the last 2 times you've been drunk, when were those times and who were you with?
I was drunk with Dustin, I think a month ago.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the other time I wasn't drunk. I was
Loosey
loose.
goose.
Yeah.
Loosey goose.
I was
Loosey goose, silly
chill.
time. You were
Yeah.
chill, but who were you with?
with you as well.
So now, if we found the pattern here, is that I'm the douchebag and that I am the one.
Nah,
that
you're
fucks
like
everything up.
you make sure that life happens, and it's been happening. Thank you, Dustin.
Trying to, but yeah. So I remember when I asked about you, like I thought it was funny. So I wanted to talk about this first to start. So when we were talking, like this was the first time we went out to the bar. So there's a bunch of new coworkers at work.
Yes.
And I haven't really had that friendship with these coworkers. Blah, 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 blah. I go to the same bar and I hang out. Shit, but I finally wanted to invite them out to drinks and hang out.
Mm.
And then basically what I found out was that you don't drink ever.
Yes.
And I want to get into that, but I was so afraid. You once told me that if you had more than, I think it was 1 or 2 drinks, that you're not able to. Or could you clarify that for me? Because as everyone knows, I drink definitely maybe more than 1 or 2, and I like to enforce that on other people so that they keep up with me.
So I moved to New York 5 years ago. And during my first few months here, I think it was my 3rd month, I went out drinking with some of my classmates. And I had half a cider, Angry Orchard. And after like drinking half of that, I was so delirious. And I was barfing on the street. And I was like, I can't believe ciders are this strong. And then whenever I tell people about it, they're like, what? You barf drinking cider? And I was like, yeah.
And you had how many of these?
Half of it.
Half of it.
Yeah.
Half of it. Can you tell people what you told me on how Asian descent people are not able? Because you told me this, and I don't want to say it because you're going to say it way smarter than I am. But then I told you
smart.
it'll be clearer than me. But it blew my fucking mind because then I told you that all my crazy high school drinking stories are with all my Asian friends from Grand Island, Nebraska. Shout out to all of you people. Can you tell them what you told me?
So apparently there's this thing called the Asian flush because Asians don't have the enzyme to break down alcohol. So because they're missing this enzyme, then they get drunk way easily and it hits them harder. And I totally get that. Like whenever I drink, I become red. It's like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? I'm going crazy. And so yeah, and back in school, a lot of my classmates, whenever we would go to a party and we would drink, all of us would like look at our pictures and would all be so red, like really red, like we'd turn tomatoes.
Just tomatoes because of
I think I have photos, but
when you told me that, I immediately got afraid because I was just buying drinks for the group, trying to get everyone to be fun or whatever, because I'm weird and think you have to drink to have fun. But you told me that, and I was like, you don't have to, Dorthea, you don't have to drink. Like every drink I gave you, I was so afraid that I was gonna like fuck up your entire body or whatever.
No.
But she definitely handled herself because you had way more than one that night and some shots, and we had a good old time. And then even the second time we went out,
yes,
you handled yourself even better. I was like, got her back to my.
I am good at handling.
I just thought that was crazy, but you've known me for, like you said, 10 months.
9.
So you see, keep saying 9. I keep thinking it's a year. I have no idea. Time's a weird concept. But so like I said, you're like the first person that I've had on here that I don't have all this long history and like all these things. You really only knew me from work.
Yeah.
And we didn't start talking, like, even though I knew you from work, we didn't really work together. And then we didn't start hanging out till probably
summer.
this summer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to know because I want to. I don't even fucking know. I don't know how to. I want to know your impression of me, and I want to know what you feel our relationship or friendship wise, and how it's kind of grown and stuff, or like things like that.
Yeah. So when I first started at our workplace, it was quite, how do I say this, intimidating, because it's a lot of intellectuals and very
Not me.
Well,
Definitely not me, Dorthea. Not this guy.
There was a lot of professional people, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be professional. I'm ready to be like, this strict, very straight cut person. And I was going through the days, and I was just like, okay, I need to really step up and really be like this very responsible adult and whatnot, which is
while you're wrangling 2-year-old, 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right,
And,
intriguing, Dorthea.
and like it just felt for the first few months quite cold, because it was like a lot of expectations and whatnot. And then we worked camp together, which is like I was already 2 months in, and that was the first time that I worked with you in a class. And the first thing that you said to me, like, look at that kid.
Look at that dipshit's doing.
And I was like, oh my god, he's saying an opinion about a kid. But I was like, you could do that? Really? I don't have to be professional. And so I was just like, a part of me was like,
You don't have to be professional.
that kid.
It's the best way to describe me ever. Just not professional at all.
No, but
because it's so
you're
true.
totally
No, I'm really not.
professional.
No, I'm not, Dorthea. You can't take that back because it's fucking true. Because I'm not professional at all. I just find that interesting because I feel like when you told me that, and then you wrote me this lovely letter and everything the other day, but it just felt like you were kind of constricted in this person, and I couldn't, like, I wanted to break, because I remember telling people, I was like, this chick's really cool. I want to talk to her because I haven't had cool people at work for a while, and I would like to be friends with you. I don't know how to do that, but I'm gonna figure it out. So I would just slowly like say things to you to try to get you to laugh, or like try to pick up the vibe. And
I know.
be like, let me try this one out. Hey, Dorthea, whatever I would say. But I just try to figure you out. But I just can't get over you saying, I don't have to be that professional. Yeah, that suck on my job. But like, I think it's important, especially when you're dealing with kids at that age. Like, you have to have some fun with it. You can be
Yeah.
professional or whatever, but have fun, because it's a wild, weird time. Some
It
of the
is.
craziest shit I've ever been a part of.
Oh my goodness.
But it felt like you were just so kind of constrained a bit. And I wanted, because you were, I'm not going to get into all the logistics about work and shit, but like, you were going down one track with a few people that I won't mention, but like, I was like, bring her over to me, because I think I can give her the little Dusty magic. And,
Which you did.
Bring her pep out. But like, yeah. And then I would like listen to you do things while I was teaching one class. I'm like, that chick's fucking awesome. And then it was nice to finally have, I couldn't even tell you what the connection was. I remember just telling people, they asked me my opinion of you. I'm like, she's fucking awesome, and you guys need to all make sure that she stays here.
Aw,
Because
thank you.
you're incredibly charming, intellectual, funny, silly, and great with corralling them and stuff. But
I know, I was just copying you, man. So I have
well, half the time I didn't know what I was fucking doing. But that's how we met and stuff. But let's give a little lowdown of who you are, where you're from. So you're an actress in the city. And before hold on. Now, when I told everybody I'm going to take this little break in the podcast and I'm going to come back and we're not going to talk about theater that much. We're not.
No.
But she's an actress and we're going to talk about it. So fuck off. So you're an actress in the city. You're from the Philippines.
Yes.
And everything. So how long have you been in the city now?
So I've been in the city for, I keep messing this up, but I think it's 6 years already, because
6
I've
years.
had my 6th birthday. So yeah, 25.
How you feeling about it?
I don't know. Like, I always feel like I'm new. I'm like, I don't belong here, but it's also been like, I've had 6 birthdays here. What are you talking about?
I have 6 birthdays. Leave me alone. You kind of give that vibe. You feel like you're. Here's a question. Do you feel like you don't fit in a lot?
Yeah, I because I don't know. I feel like I always need to figure out, like, okay, how do I move in this space? Very much like where we work, like, oh, okay, everyone seems to be kind of strict and professional. So I kind of had to practice this voice of like, hello, yes, my name is, like, just to be in that mold.
Okay, do you feel like you have to conform to a certain thing? Like you're not being your genuine self sometimes? Because I think, to help you with that, I think sometimes I feel like from now I know more of who you are as how you genuinely are as yourself. But do you feel like you're not allowed to let that out in certain situations, or is it just about work and stuff?
I feel like in a lot of situations, like I remember during my first year here, I would walk so slow and I would have like people saying, move, bitch, or like, come on, missy, or like, and I remember
Move, bitch.
going to Dwayne Reed and they spoke English so fast, and I was like, I speak English, but I have no idea what this person is saying. So everything that I was about to buy, I just left it there and ran away because I'm like, I have no idea how to convert. So like, I feel like that's my story in New York. It's just like trying to see how to like fit in and be understood, and you know.
Oh, because New York's a weird place. I totally fucking feel that, because I remember one of my first weeks here. So I was asking somebody, like, where can I go get food? Like, where's a place? And I'm one of these creatures of habit, like, the same thing, like, know what I'm getting into. They're like, oh, go to that bodega. And I went up to that bodega. I did, like, it's not as clear. In Nebraska, there's a fucking line. There's a drive-through. It's easy. Here, it's, you go to the counter to, like, order. That part already throws me out. Like, and I was standing there. And I was looking up at the menu, and I just couldn't understand like what to get. And he was like, "What do you want? What do you want?" And I just go, "I'm sorry," and I just left.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I felt so uncomfortable, and I was like, "God damn it!" I didn't know what to do. But I totally get that, because this place just throws. It's such a different lifestyle.
Like you just need to be a certain way to be able to get in the groove of what New York is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you compare that to the Philippines then? How long were you in the Philippines?
So I was in the Philippines until I was 24, and to be honest, I was very sheltered growing up. My mom's a single mom, and I'm her only child, so
shut up.
It was always just like, okay, home to school, school to home. If you were gonna go out to a friend's place, someone was waiting at the parking.
So, yeah, you told me that the other day when we were hanging out here, in my humble abode. Really strict childhood.
Yes, very.
And like, let's give more of an example. What's like some of the strict things you had to deal with?
Well, I guess in school, it was a very strict Catholic girls' school where nuns would run it. And I remember...
Shout out to Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. And I remember during a very important exam, I wore a black bra because it was raining and all of my white bras were in the hamper.
So they said you had to wear...
We had to wear only white bras. And I was like, oh... It's a black bra. They won't check it. It's fine. But on that day, while we were taking the test, our teacher went from table to table to say, show me your bra strap. And so one by one, each person would show their bra strap. And when it got to me, I was wearing a black bra strap, and they were like, you are wearing a black bra strap. And I was like, I can take it off. I'm so sorry. I just didn't have any white bras that were dry. They're all in the hamper because it's been raining the past few days. And they're like, no, you are not going to take this test. So I didn't take the test. I got like a really low score in that in that subject, and it was my graduating year, so I was almost not able to march
Because
because I wore a black bra.
And what is the reason with having to
school.
wear the white bra? I mean, this might be an idiotic...
Purity, simplicity, whatnot. I mean, don't
yeah.
get me wrong. I have a lot of heroes in that school, but also it was there are a lot of things that are like, what?
Yeah, but you kind of told me the night when we had the couple of coworkers come over here and drink and talk for like the first time in a while, and like you let that kind of out that the kind of freeness and openness of New York is something you've had to really get used to because of the strict background that you were born with.
For sure. And people are always like saying, what? You went from this to New York? Are you kidding me? I was like, I know, right?
It's crazy because like I mean I don't say I come from a strict background. We had some certain strict things, but like I remember my sister fucked up, and I learned from my sister. I was like, Tasha, you're just an idiot. I'll go around you and I'll do this the right way. But I would never say it was strict. Like I'm trying to think the strictest thing was I wasn't technically allowed to date till I was 16. Then I broke that rule, and then that was a problem. But that's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to like fight that kind of strict upbringing now?
So like whenever I say a bad word, a part of me is like, oh, I can't believe I said that, but I did.
And she's hanging out with me who says fuck out of literally like I say fuck like it's nothing, like a fucking sailor fish, and I don't even know that I'm saying it. That's so crazy to me. Why do you talk to me, Dorthea?
Because you're great.
But that's kind of weird. Like you're kind of from this whole other thing, and I am who I am is very just. We talked about like the way you work. We said the word analytical, and let me tell you something. I don't think I know what that word means, but I know that it fits in the situation. But you have to go very step by step on things. Where you're very organized. You would say like something's fuck with your flow. It's like, I just say fuck, and Dorthea doesn't do that. Dorthea might say hell, and she'll fucking feel bad about it for 8 weeks, and then me, I've already said 3 of those in the matter of 2 minutes.
No, but I try to say bad words because like
I try to force myself to say the bad words.
No, because
I'm a badass.
Actresses, like I'm an actress, and there are scripts that have bad words. And for the longest time during my first year in acting school, whenever I would say like a bad word, my acting teacher would be like, "It feels like you're in pain when you say that." So
I mean, I get that. So have you like, you know, like I remember there was one time in acting in class we worked with a mammoth, and he's so used on how you use those cuss words. Now me, like I say fuck and it's nothing to me because I listened to my dad in a truck say the word fuck in the matter of 2 minutes on a phone with his friends. But so like when you're acting or reading a script or anything that like
I remember I would have a face whenever I would say it, and I would like take a breath and be like, and my teacher was like, okay, you're making too much out of this word when it shouldn't be.
Like you're just letting it down, but you're letting your whole family down by
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, nah, I have to get used to it. And I've been here for 6 years, so I feel like I'm getting there.
You're getting there. I think you're pretty loose. Like on a Friday night, like what do you do for your hobbies on your fun time? What does Dorthea do on her fun time?
Okay, during my fun time, here in New York, I juggle in Bryant Park. I read tarot for friends.
Yeah, you do that.
And I read manga and watch anime or books. So, like, I don't go and drink and party. So that's why when you invite me to, like, a party, I'm like, yay! I
invite her a party next weekend. I think that's so interesting. I think that's probably, what's interesting about me and you and why I like adore you. I fucking adore you.
I adore you too.
I think that you're so cool, and it was like a fresh air for me dealing with whatever, and like having somebody like I just want that person to be my friend. I just want them to be my friend, and I haven't felt that in a while. But I think that we're so kind of different in certain aspects, and I almost find it like a challenge or fun. I'm like, I want to bring out certain things, Dorthea, and then there's things I see you do or like how you act. I'm like, I need to fucking act like that too. And I'm learning from you.
I know, same here. I was like, I'm discovering drinks.
It's all just fucking based on drinks with me. It's all based on
and also
drinks.
like how to corral 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds and how to talk to them correctly. Like,
what's funny is so many of my friends always like are fucking like amazed the fact that I deal with kids that age. Like, how the fuck? Who's letting you teach the youth in the world, Dustin?
nah,
Because they
you're-
know me from the party side or whatever. Or whatever they know me from, but they're like, I'm like, I couldn't tell you why I'm good at that. I don't know why but that's...
Yeah, you're a kid whisperer. I'm like, how is he able to get that kid to calm down or listen to him when I've tried for 30 minutes now?
I feel like that's such a tricky fucking, like, I'm a kid whisperer can go 2 different fucking ways. I'm like, oh God, I don't know. But when I was a bartender in Nebraska, I would just kind of, it's basic bullshit. Like, I got so freaked out about like making all these drinks or not knowing them. But in college, what I would do is I would just randomly mix shit together, and I just like kind of found like they were very fruity, very fruity. Like it would be like the girls would come to my room, like in the frat or whatever, to get the fruity drink because they know it wasn't gonna be like it was gonna taste good, but you fucking couldn't have more than 2 or 3.
Wow.
Like 2 or 3, it was a little too much sometimes. But in college, also we didn't give a fuck. But that's basically what I would do and shit.
Well, back in college, we had this drink in the Philippines called Red Horse, where it was like a beer. I think it's a beer. I have no idea.
Red Horse.
Yeah, but like just one bottle and you would be like knocked out. So if you come over to the Philippines, which is an invite.
Ooh, invite to the Philippines?
Yes. Free lodging. And I'll make you
Free
drink
lodging?
Red Horse for sure. Even like in 15 years, you call me and you're like, remember on my podcast, you know, you invited me. I was like, yeah, stay over for free.
Stay over for free.
So save up, Dustin.
Save up to go to the Philippines. I've never
Yeah.
been outside of the country, so that would be...
What?
Yeah, never.
Okay.
Never been outside the country.
I need to find a reason then to get you out.
So you've been... So since... I mean, from the Philippines, you came here when again?
2016? Maybe 2017. Wait. 2016.
Okay. So have you gone out of the country much since?
I would visit the Philippines during Christmas, but I also visited my 2 best friends. One of them is Italian and one of them is Greek. They are from my acting school, and I visited them one summer. So I visited my friend in Greece, and my Italian friend, she was in Belgium at that time, so I visited her in Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never been outside the country ever.
Well, we need to change that, and your first destination will be the Philippines because you have free lodging.
Free lodging means I go to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've always wanted to go to like Italy's like the dream place I've always wanted to go to, but yeah, I've never had a reason to.
Okay.
I just like
We'll make a reason.
My first time. Yeah, I've like. That was one of the things like during the whole COVID shit was me.
Yeah.
I don't travel places.
Okay.
We never traveled places when I was younger. We went to a couple, like, we'd take our car, drive to the nearest fucking other state, if it's Colorado or fucking South Dakota and shit. But we never traveled on planes and shit. My first time on a plane was my senior year of college, and it was coming to New York City.
Wow.
Like, we just never traveled, so it's never been in my head. But, like, I want to, but, like, I just never have. But I'm trying to be better at it. But,
Okay, so you need to go to the Philippines.
You need to go to the Philippines.
To catch a
Philippines.
pet crab.
To catch what?
A pet crab.
Why?
Because you need a pet crab.
Why do I need to get a pet crab?
So that once you're in quarantine again and you get hungry, you can eat your pet.
So I'm supposed to get this crab?
So that's why you need to go to the Philippines. That's just what has to
get a
happen.
fucking crab, Dorthea? Okay. I
A
love
pet,
that.
a friend, and also emergency food. I think that's a good reason to go to the Philippines.
That's okay.
We should get books.
We should get books.
Yeah.
I don't read books that much, but hey,
When I do my research on books, I'll make sure to lend them to you.
lend them to
me.
me. Not a big reader, Dorthea. I'm not. I'm not a
Okay,
big
I'll
reader.
come over and
If
I'll
you
be
look behind
like,
you, there's a book called The Series of Unfortunate Events, and that's the one series of books that I've ever fucking read through my entire life.
I stopped at book 9.
Well, you know what? You fucked up, because that's the only one. I fuck with Lemony Snicket. I'm not. I always feel like it's such a bro thing to say, like, I don't fucking read, dude. Like, I read plays, but like, I've never I don't know. I wasn't a book guy. You're a big book person.
Well, I'm a big book person. I used to write in my diary and be like, books are my only friends.
What?
And I would, and I, during the weekend, I would cover my books with plastic. And every week, my habit was to clean each book one by one, and I did that for years.
This was when?
High school.
Okay.
Grade school to high school.
Let's dig
I
into
know.
that.
I
Wait,
know.
so you felt like books? What?
Yeah, like I remember there was this first big party. It was high school, and everyone was like so pumped. And I was just like, I'm not gonna go because I need to read Twilight.
Wait, so you felt like you had to read Twilight, or you felt like you?
I felt
couldn't
like I
go to
would
the-
have a better time reading Twilight than going to my first high school party.
Now, is that because you felt uncomfortable around other people, or like meeting friends, or you felt like you didn't have friends to be there, or you just felt better being alone or introverted in that
I
way?
think now that I'm thinking about it,
That you're thinking about it right now.
yeah, I'm always so awkward with new people. Like, it's one of my biggest how do I say this, anxieties. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a new person and I need to converse with this new person. I'm gonna die, please.
I think that's interesting, and here's why I think that's interesting is because I hear people tell me that I am very good at that, and self
You
fucking
are
flex,
like
whatever.
seriously.
I don't even know what that means, but I do not give myself that many compliments other than douchebaggy joking ways. But I do
You're a
think it's
great
funny
friend.
that people, I've heard people tell me that, like, I don't know how you talk to these people that you don't know like that or whatever. But then, and I don't understand it because, like, there's times I'm nervous around new people too. If it's a new girl that I actually like, I get very, very nervous around. But when it just comes to talking to people, I love meeting people. And I think that you can just, if you just listen and don't talk too much, that's what's helpful. But, like, why do you feel so uneasy about it?
I don't know. Maybe it comes from being in a very awkward place where, like, oh, we're actually talking, but it's not really fun, or like there's nothing.
So you don't like the small talk, the awkward.
I do not like it. I'm just like, oh no,
I don't think anyone likes it.
or like figuring out what we both can then what do you connect with. So it's
Okay.
the figuring out
Figuring
phase
out what it is.
that gets me so nervous. I'm like,
Is this person going to connect with me? Are we going to like the same things? Are we going to be the same type of
Yeah.
person? I get that. I think I can talk to anybody about anything. I think I'm a chameleon in the way of, like, all the different things that I like.
Oh.
I'll find something, but, like, if I'm not connecting with you, I'll just shut it down then. I'm like, all right, dude, I don't care enough. Like, I got enough friends in the world. I don't need another one. But so do you feel like when someone comes up to you comes up to you that you don't know and talks to you, do you like kind of shut down, or like do you like how do you act in that interaction?
I feel like I'm very hesitant. Like I find myself just like
you just don't want to give your cards away.
Yeah,
right?
I just don't. I'm just like, so they'll talk to me, and then I then have this inner monologue of like different things of like, oh, this person hates me, or like this person is gonna kill me, or
What?
this
What?
person.
That's a lot of insecurities right there.
I
Dorthea.
know. I think I'm very insecure, but who isn't?
No, I think a lot of people are. I
Yeah.
think, you know what's most powerful, because I'm incredibly insecure. I think when you can at least admit that you are, because I know people that aren't, or have said that they aren't, or act like they aren't. But I think that's just, it's really interesting, because when you're really insecure, like those things kind of play in your head a lot. Those thoughts just come, and then people say like, why are you thinking that? I'm like, I don't know why I'm thinking that. I have no idea why my head is doing that.
Yeah, and that's why in our workplace I'm always just like, oh my gosh, I need to be this kind of person, because if I show anything else, I'm gonna get fired or something.
Yeah, the workplace is a whole nother thing, like, because I mean, yeah, there should be a certain kind of decor, I guess, on how you're at, but like I think any workplace depends on who you are. It's mixing the personality with the work and stuff, and making sure it's appropriate. But like,
I know, and that's why I'm just like, how can Dustin act like this? And
knowing that I
be like,
shotgunned a beer like 2 hours ago before fucking work or after work,
like,
whatever.
You're talking to me like a human? Is this for real? What?
But isn't that's what's crazy to me. I mean, like, I don't understand that, and everybody should be talked to as a human. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be unprofessional, but you can talk to people as a human. And I really hate fake talk. I hate when I know you're just, hey, how's life? You don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the Midwest in me. Like, I do feel like people actually, when I say, how are you, what's up? I actually care. I want to listen to you. I think a lot of people just don't want to fucking listen.
Yeah.
But I think there's a different, like, there's a mix that you can do to make it. I'm at work and I'm probably a little more informal, but like, fucking, I don't care. But there's a mix you can have with being formal and informal, and then still being yourself. Because when you're trying to fight your who you are as a person inside, or like how you really act or talk to people, and you completely try to change that, that's when all the issues come. Now, again, I cuss like a fucking sailor, and I teach 2-3-year-olds how to fucking play. I obviously don't cuss at all. Like, I still say, I kind of use my other way, like when I tell them we're gonna go on boat and go downtown. We doing over there, dude? But like, you find those other ways to kind of let yourselves out, which are funny and stuff that are appropriate. I don't know. That was a rant that I don't understand at all.
No, I understood it.
I don't know, but that's crazy though. You shouldn't have to hide your, like, I don't like that you feel like you're.
I know. I mean, to be fair, because there are times when you show yourself and people take advantage of that, you know?
Because you're an incredibly nice person. Like, let's say that, okay, here, so today when Dorthea was going to come to my place to record, I tried to get more time. I was like, we said 2, which I don't even understand why we said 2 in Sunday afternoon, but like, I don't even know. But so I finally texted her because I was just moving slow, aka being a lazy motherfucker, and I was like, oh shit, I need more time to get ready for my fucking day. But I go, hey, can we meet at 3? And Dorothy's like, all right, cool. So around like 1, I don't even know, right before 2, I didn't have triple sec for the drink we're making, so I was like, oh, I'll go get that. So I leave, not at 2 o'clock. This girl is the most punctual motherfucker and is always early to work, always late. I am one of those like, we'll figure it out. We'll get there. I come an hour and a half late to every party I'm invited to. There's not an event I don't come late to. But I'm walking back and I see Dorthea standing, like she is texting me like, hey, I'm over here. Like, take your time, Dustin. And it's raining. She's standing in front of my apartment on the street with the umbrella. just reading her script for the TV pilot she's about to audition for, and she's just standing there, and she would have stood there for the next hour if I didn't like see her and tell her to come into my fucking apartment. But I'm walking with my groceries and shit, and I see her, I'm like, get the fuck in here, Dorthea. But you're incredibly kind, so I understand. Like, you're incredibly genuine, which is also why I love you. But I think
I love you too.
but I mean, maybe that's part of hiding some of yourself, because people will take advantage of take advantage of that.
I mean, to be fair, I've had my fair share of like, oh my god, I lost so much money being taken advantage of. But
Well,
also,
what do you mean?
if it's just like, a lot of people would come to me and be like, okay, I need to borrow money and whatnot, and I'd be like, okay, here you go, and never ask for it ever again. And it's just like, because I'm like, I'm not in a bad place. I don't need to ask it back from you, but also it would have been nice to have that money to do other things, but whatever.
I think you're a little too nice sometimes.
And so that's why I have that kind of wall, because it's like I've gone through so many things that I'm just like, oh my god, I'm getting anxiety.
No, that makes
Because
a lot
once
of sense.
the wall goes down, it's just like, this is me.
You feel like you're incredibly open as a person.
Yeah. So it's just like, if once you get past that wall, it's just like, you need my arm. Okay, here's my arm.
And I'll do that. You totally seem that way.
Yeah.
Wow. But so we got to find you.
And there's no middle ground for me. I have no idea what the middle ground is. I'm just either super cold or super warm, and that's it.
Super all in or super get the fuck away from me. That's. I mean, I think. But to turn that into positive, I mean, there's so many people right now that aren't like that at all. That aren't open. That don't want to let people in.
Which I feel like I am. I feel like that's given how everything has been. I feel like I'm really like, okay, you're just gonna be at this length. But again, you're like one of my special cases where I'm just like, he got me. He got me. Wall down. All right, what do you need? I'm gonna be your servant.
But I would never. But I think what's interesting is that I'm the person that also does that too.
Yeah.
In a certain way.
Felt it.
I think we did. And I think that's probably why
Yeah.
our vibe is there, because I'm incredibly giving and open.
And I feel that.
And I want to be open.
Yeah.
But I also know that, I mean, well, we'll probably get into it, but like, I'll shut shit down, and it's either I'm angry or I have to be an asshole, or I'm going to be the open Dustin that I want to love to be. But I've learned a little bit from that.
Yeah.
And I get mad at myself when I let people see that side, and then it doesn't get, it's not worth them seeing it, or it wasn't reciprocated, or it was whatever it was. And I'm just like, oh, I hate that I let that openness come out. I want to talk about this tarot reading stuff.
Okay.
You have your hobbies. You said fire poi. Poi?
Yeah.
What is that?
So
You throwing fire up in the fucking air?
No, it's so the Maori tribe. I didn't do much research on this, so please don't think I'm an expert.
Please don't whoop my ass to us. Thank you.
But the Maori tribe back in Australia does this thing called poi, where
Fucking fire up in the fucking hands and the dance and shit, right?
where there's like this string, and at the end of the string is this ball of fire, and I do that, and I do dances doing fire poi, and I like doing that.
How often do you do that?
Well, back in the Philippines, I would do it a lot. But here in New York, I have no idea when to do it, because I'm like, I don't know if it's legal to have fire poi or just fire out in the open.
Just out in the public throwing the fire everywhere?
Yeah, because like during my first year here, I didn't even know that alcohol was banned in public. So I would like go out, hold a drink and be like arrested. I was like, what did I do
Suck
wrong?
on this, Popo.
But because back in the Philippines, you could like drink anywhere, you know?
Drink anywhere you're going.
Yeah, so now it's just like, oh my goodness, I can't even drink on the street. What about fire then? So I haven't done it in a while, but back in the Philippines, I used to do it like every month.
Every month you'd fucking do. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Because
want
I
you
would
to-
go to the beach and then I would then perform, and I would do like performances in like mall performances, but of course outside the mall, or
Yeah.
park performances, and I'd just be like, yeah, I'm a fire vendor.
Were people tipping you while you were doing this?
Yeah,
That's
I have
fucking
videos
awesome.
on YouTube. I'll show you. one of
Yes,
these
please show me
days.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, you like to five four. You love hula hooping. You love juggling.
Yes.
So these are really,
Circus.
circus clown activities type stuff, right?
Yeah.
How did you get involved with how did these become like your hobbies and stuff?
Well, so I would go to the beach a lot, and back in the Philippines, fire poi was a big, like performance whenever you're at the beach. So whenever you go to the beach, there's always like fire spinners,
Yeah.
and I was just like, they are so cool. I am scared of fire, but I want to overcome that fear and be a fire spinner. And so just one day I was like, okay, I'm going to take lessons in fire poi. And whenever I just realized that if you're a fire spinner, you have to be well versed in other circus stuff as well, or you're like very close to other circus people. So it just then went into hula hooping, fire hula hooping, juggling, and so I tried to look for a fire group here in New York, but they were in Brooklyn, and I felt like Brooklyn was miles away, and the nearest group was the juggling group in Bryant Park. So I was like, okay, I'll juggle. And I learned how to juggle clubs, which I never thought I would. And I learned how to pass while juggling clubs. And I was just like, what am I?
How come I haven't seen you juggle like for the children at work? What are
I
you
always
doing?
juggle for
I
the
haven't
children
seen you
at
do it one
work.
time.
I know. Okay.
That's-
Okay. Let's see. What can I juggle in your room? Never mind.
I mean, there's probably something up there. You juggle and shit.
I'll just give you like juggling balls, and I'll be
We'll
like,
be good. And then let's get into the tarot card.
yes.
Tarot cards, right? So
Yeah.
that's like your favorite thing, right?
Yeah, I learned tarot during during the quarantine because my best friend is a tarot reader.
So yeah, I had one friend of mine that did this tarot reading thing with me and stuff. How do you learn that? What is it? Is it just a bunch of bullshit? Is it a card trick? Is it how do you explain tarot reading? Because I'm really skeptical about things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't get it. But like, how do you get into it, and why do you like it?
So the preface that I always give to people whenever I read tarot is like, this is not for me to guess your future, but a tool to give focus on what thoughts come to your mind.
Okay.
So whatever thoughts come to your mind means that these thoughts may actually be important to you, and that you need to focus on these things.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's like therapy because I've never been to therapy, but I feel like it's
therapeutic at least.
yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, this is the thought that comes to mind, then this thought must be very important, then I have to work on it.
Okay.
And so whenever I do my readings, which is so different from other people, I always say, if there are no thoughts that come to your mind, then that's that. You don't have to worry about it. But if there are thoughts that come to your mind, like an initial thought that comes to your mind when I explain this card, then maybe that's something that you need to focus on and see how to hash that out. Because a lot of people like to not work on things when they actually need to work on things.
Wow. I feel like I'm the epitome of like, sometimes I'll bury things down. Like I'm open, but like I'll bury some shit sometimes,
Yeah.
and it'll come out. Wow. That's fucking. So how long do you do a tarot reading for?
So I usually give like my tarot readings are usually 30 minutes, but if they need more than 30 minutes, then we go through like, okay, what was the thought and why haven't you been working on that relationship or that dream or aspiration or that problem? And then
you're really just like you're just like you're being a therapist to them.
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
sense. Like,
and that's why. But I don't know if I am being a therapist because again, I haven't been to a therapy session. So.
Yeah, but like but some people just like need. That's when I say people don't want to listen. Like so many people in this world right now don't want to listen to other people. Mm-hmm. They listen to wait so that they can respond and talk about them again. Not many people just listen and actually want to hear what you're saying and give you beneficial thoughts or like let you just air it out. A lot of people don't want to do that because a lot of people just want to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
So that's incredibly important that you do that, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, because during quarantine, I felt like I was in a very deep, dark hole that just having that and like, okay, I need to work on that mentally was so helpful. That's why I got into it.
Yeah. Do you feel like people come to you to open up a lot?
Yeah, for sure.
Like just naturally?
On Instagram, so I have an Instagram tarot page.
Yeah.
And I don't usually get a lot of requests for readings because I don't put myself out there. But when I do, like, I don't think I've ever had a client where they didn't want to talk and work things. Like, so I always felt like whenever a person messaged me, it was like, oh, they need something. They need to know what to work on.
They just, a lot of people just want people to hear them sometimes.
Yeah.
You keep bringing up therapy. You said you've never been to therapy. Therapy is an incredibly important tool that I have a love-hate relationship with. I remember I went to therapy one time, and I'm used to being the guy that like always just listens and whatever. But I remember I went to therapy, and when I found out one of my friends told people I was at therapy for this person, like I shut it down and never went again. But I know people, so I have this weird relationship with it now. But I know friends of mine that it's incredibly helpful. But I think even if you don't have to do that, if you do find genuine people that just want to listen to you, it's incredibly important. That's why those friends like you are incredibly important to have. But it can be a burden too, because like you also said, you'll give your left arm for anybody that needs it, which I love because that goes to loyalty. I'm an incredibly fucking loyal person most of the time. Yeah. And I'm loyal to a few people. But like, do you feel like you're too loyal or too open to too many people? Or do you feel like that kind of love and openness is only for certain people in your life?
I think
fucking nailed connecting that question. 10 points for me.
I feel like it's
I fucking fucked that up. All right, cool.
No, I do believe that it's for certain people. I feel like it's harder. Like I don't know if I make it harder, but I believe I make it harder for people to break in. That's why when they do, it's just like, oh, okay, let me serve you. Let me make sure that you live on a mountain with a mansion.
Well, I didn't feel like it was hard to break into you. I felt like you laughed at it, and I was like, all right, cool, got her. We're good.
No, but that's the thing. I'm like, again, it's so Dustin. And that's why I say it's like.
No, you can give me some compliments because some people they think I'm an asshole and a douchebag.
No,
so.
But like you just have a way of like, and that's why a part of me is just so scared for you. It's like, oh my God, are you gonna be okay? Because I feel like people are gonna take advantage so easily. Like I see myself in you and I'm like scared. Like that's the thing. I'm just like, oh my God, he's in for a lot of shit.
No, I totally get that. I think I've had those times people take advantage of me. I like to help people. I think I love to show the openness and loving side of mine. And I think what I get frustrated with is that sometimes when I get told how loving and everything I am, I have other sides I've had to work on to quiet them, to quiet this. There's so many sides to any person in general, right? But I have a fucking complete dick, hard asshole side that has gotten into numerous bar fights and was gotten like into like things where I don't fuck around with shit, but I don't want to be that person. I've had to control that kind of behavior, but I want to be the person that's always there. Now I have had to learn to say I'm not gonna, like, I remember there's one friend of mine that I was buying his Metro card, and it was just like, you know, it was a theater person, and I bought their Metro card, and they asked me again for, like, I did it as a one-time thing to, like, help out. I was like, all right, I'll pay for this, like, so you can go. And then it was the next time was asking me. I was like, I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I don't, like, that's, you're just, that, you're showing me that you're just trying to use me. And then I'm like, okay. And, like, understanding when someone's using you or someone that I want to be helpful for.
But that's the thing, though. Like, once you find out that you're being used, it hurts so much. I'm like...
It definitely does.
Oh, man. And then you find out that, oh, I can't be friends with this person anymore. Like...
Yeah. But, like, that's when you have to learn, like, the... Hey, I'm going to stick up for myself. Like, you can... But you can still... I think, I make my shell harder, too. So when I let people in... and then it gets hurt, then that fucking sucks, because then I'm like, the security wasn't as strong, you know? Like I need to readjust the security in myself and make sure that type of person can't break in anymore. But I think it's a tricky slope, Dorthea, because I think we're such the same in that way. Yeah. It's, you want to let people in and people get frustrated why you won't let them in. But then, you know, if you let them in too much, it can kind of fuck with your head, like it does with me with a lot of people. My thing is girls mostly. Like, girls will fuck me up in the head, and that's why I kind of close myself off from a lot of that. So then when you do it, then whatever. With friends, Friends I'll drop real quick if they're fucking. I'll be very helpful and very outgoing, very whatever. Yeah. But if I heard, like, I had one friend say something about my family, and I was like, all right, you're done, man. You're lucky I don't kill you right now. And I'll change. It's like a fucking Jekyll and Hyde thing. I'll change real fucking quick. But I could shut that shit down. But everyone has their... No, I don't even know. That's a ramble. But, like, it's a... It does suck when you let people into that wall. And then...
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I find it so hard to recover. Like, it takes some time.
And it's mostly just with friends. Like, you've had a boyfriend for...
8 years.
8 years. Like, it's not even about... Like, with me, I would probably say most of it's relationships. I get upset with friends. I have levels. I think this will be a good topic. But I got levels to friendship, right? So I think that there is a certain group of people in your life that you're loyal to. And if you told me... I don't like that person, I won't talk to that person at all. Not knowing them, not knowing anything about them, but you're on this level with me, and that's all I fucking need. Now I know that's fucking idiotic and chaotic and stupid. I totally understand that, and I own that, but I don't care.
Yeah, same here.
But I also know that I'm one of the few that feel or think that way. I would get upset, like, if someone, like... If one of my close friends started talking to a girl that I was, like, the friends are on that level, and started, like, talking to that girl, whatever, I'm like, you don't do that. You don't do that. You can call it bro code, you can call it, but it's like a loyalty thing to me. I'm like, I'm not going to do that to you. Yeah. It's the same way to where, like, if someone, my good friend Jules, love you, Jules, I know you don't listen other than your
Jules.
stupid episode. She sucks, man. But, like, there's one time someone, like, a guy got near her, I about whooped that dude's fucking ass. It's a loyalty fucking commitment thing that, like, I understand that if it puts me in danger, but I don't care that I have to control sometimes. But there's also time I'm not going to. Yeah. But that's great. That'll be fun. You don't have to listen back to these episodes and listen to your drunk self talk about shit.
I would love to listen to this.
You know, it's
and be
so
like, remember the time.
But sometimes you're like ranting, and then I'm like, what the point was I fucking going on there, Dustin? That shit makes me worried about you. Like, I don't want you to give too much. And even though, like, I don't want to give myself too much either. Like, but
once I do give a lot. So that's why I'm just, like, very cold.
But I think, you find the people that deserve that. Like, you said that you do that with me, right? So did I give you a red flag to make you feel like I would not reciprocate that or anything?
Never. So
Okay.
the fact that, like, and that's the thing, like, you've proved yourself so many times that I'm just like, Dustin is solid. Dustin is so solid. Like, first off, you helped me in a class when I was out of ratio. Second, you're just like, oh, this is what you do. Or like, you always constantly check on me. You're like, are you okay? Are you doing well? What do you need? Fourth, like, okay, is there something that you need to work on? If you do, let me know. And I'm just like, he is always just so open and giving that I'm just like, I'm not keeping up. And I'm usually the person that's like that. So.
Here's a tricky thing, though, Dorothea. Like, some people could take that as like, oh, he's just trying to sleep with you. Like, I think that's a fear that I always have, that people always think that could be a fear. Like, I know this is a huge jump.
Yeah.
I'm not connecting this very well, so I apologize. But like, you could honestly be like, oh, what if he's just, he thinks I'm cute or whatever, you know? And then you're not getting the genuine, like, you're not thinking of me as a genuine person. You're thinking of me as a guy that's just being nice to a girl because of the next thing, which I definitely wasn't. But I think that's always a fear that some people have, or like,
I don't know. I feel like time is such a good gauge. Like, I know it's
Time?
only been
Like,
9
time and
months.
things?
Yeah. But like,
you have like a probation time. You're like, I got 4 months. Gotta make it
I
to 4
mean, there's
months
a
long.
probation time, but it's like, it's been a while now, and he's still very nice. Like, usually people that want to sleep with you only have like, okay, after 2 weeks,
After
there's
2
no
weeks, I've given up. I
action.
don't care. I mean, I guess that makes sense. That does make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that up, but it's just like, I think that a lot of people sometimes say that, or like just in general in the world, not even just in my life, but it's the idea that someone is only nice to you because they want something from you instead of being nice to you because whatever. Because I've dealt with stages where like I've been a fucking complete and utter douchebag, and I totally understand that. It's interesting to have, and when you find kind of a real fucking connection.
Me as a person, I give people, it's not even the benefit of the doubt, but like once they decide to be open and generous with me, I give them the opportunity or the space to be generous and to be sincere and kind until they actually do something that it's actually not that.
Yeah.
So, and you have not, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna take in all of this good human nature and reciprocate it as best as I can because humanity is great.
Humanity is great. Yeah, I think
Once you find true humans.
Yeah, I think it's a special thing.
Yeah.
Finding somebody that I want nothing from, but I just feel connected to.
Yeah.
It's special, and I haven't had that in a while, and I think that's why I've been more like, you could be my friend. You gonna be my friend.
Like, Dustin, be my friend. Here's a very long card to tell you how much I adore you.
But it's weird. Like, it's crazy. It's kind of, it's hard to explain because it's true that I think that a lot of people right now, it just always seems like somebody wants something out of somebody, no matter what the relationship is. And it's been a while. Like, I get trapped in like, pretty girl, I want to be with that pretty girl or whatever, and it kind of fucks with my head and everything. And then I fuck up anything. Like, I could have had a friendship with her, but like, no, my head just worked away. My head works in an incredibly weird way when it comes with girls and shit. Fuck, it sucks. But it's nice to vibe with someone that like, I just want to be like friends with them and be connected with them as a human and shit. And that's fucking cool.
I know, and it's like when you know that happens, it's like, yes, I'm gonna grab onto that person
because
friend.
it's not an everyday thing.
Yeah,
it's fucking not.
It's not.
Because
Which
it
is
doesn't
so
come around.
sad.
It is sad.
Yeah.
It's really fucking sad.
Especially in a city like New York.
Where you have so many fucking people you can you could meet, but it just always seems like something's going on. You talk about the theater world, the acting world.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody just wants something from somebody, and it's not like.
And like I look at Instagram and I look at all of these group friend pictures. And I'm like, how are they able to find such great friends?
A lot of it are fake
so
friends,
hard.
Dorthea. A lot of it is fake bullshit. A lot of it is. A lot of it is people that just they do that because it's the fucking world that we're in. They have to post shit like that. But when you talk about real close friendship, real close connection, you could, if you honestly had a conversation with people that would sit down and tell you, people that are that close, you'll hear people like, no, I have many close friends. I have 30 close friends. I'm like, no, you fucking don't. You don't. Because a close friend is someone that will be there, whatever. When things happen, I know that there's only a few, like, I have that box of people that are in that level that will be there no matter what. And I like to say I make new friends all the fucking time. Like, all the fucking time.
I know. Like, you just have that magic.
No,
that
thanks.
power.
But, like, it doesn't mean that I have a connection with them in a way that's, oh, you're on that next level.
Yeah.
I would do anything for Miles.
For sure.
There's not a fucking thing I wouldn't do for him. Now, he wouldn't do things for me because he's not capable. Fuck you, dude. He still hasn't listened to this fucking podcast. Fucking asshole.
Hello, Miles.
Fuck that guy. But, like, he's the person that, like, there's not nothing I would not do for him. And there's just people that when you feel that and you know that they would actually do things for you, especially like me and you have talked about being the person that is always so giving.
Yeah.
But when you find someone that wants to be giving back and knows it's genuine and it's not because you need me to fucking follow you on your fucking social media, like you don't need things from me.
I know,
fucking
it's just
magical.
Like, oh my gosh, this energy is just flowing.
Yeah, it's just fucking love energy in the purest form, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're gonna make me cry. Fuck you.
Here's to friendship.
Here's the friendship. True friendship. It's friendship that I haven't had in a while. Like people that I meet, like it's. Yeah, I don't know about you. Like it's different. Like I haven't had someone that I want to like.
I know. Like in high school, it's so easy to get like such solid friendships, but then once you get out in the world, it's a lot harder.
It's definitely because you're in a cocoon. Like when you talk about college and stuff, you're in a realm that's meant to make friends and stuff. But yeah, when you're in the real world and everything, like you're doing jobs and. Everyone's doing their own thing and
trying to survive,
trying to pay rent every fucking month, trying to make sure they have food every fucking month. It's a whole other thing, which is understandable, but especially with the theater acting world and the professional world, it just always seems like there's so many type of fake personalities where they don't know how to talk as a real person. And when you find someone that wants to, it's important.
It's time for Rapid Shots.
All right, so I'm going to give you 10 questions.
Okay.
You're going to try to answer them as fast as you can, right?
Okay.
Whatever.
Got it.
Don't stress about it. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Rapid Shots with Miss Dorthea.
Woo!
What's your spirit animal?
A bunny rabbit.
That makes a lot of sense. I get that. What's your one guilty pleasure? The pleasure like you do that you don't like really want to talk about, but you do it every like are you like? Whatever.
I can eat 2 pints of ice cream in one day.
What kind of ice cream are you eating?
Haagen-Dazs only. I only do that brand.
Okay. Biggest role model?
My mother. She great.
That's so nice. She dope. Dream role?
Saint Joan.
St. Joan and I feel like an idiot, but what is that?
It's this girl that pretended to be. No, I don't know.
We're not on a timer, Dorthea. Take a breath.
Okay.
Take a fucking breath.
So it's this girl that became a soldier to beat people up in the name of God. Yeah.
That's badass.
I know. I wish I could do that role. I'm like, come on, give that role.
Wait,
to
you don't
me.
think you can do that role?
No, but age is a thing because she
Yeah.
was like very young when she did that.
Okay, I got you. All right, what was your first impression of Dusty?
Great. I mean, I was like, oh my God, it's a real human, which I think I've talked about in the podcast. I was like, wow, this person is a person.
Everyone else is just like, this is a douchebag, bro. What's your favorite dessert?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Yeah.
Tiramisu, okay. If you could give yourself any talent that you don't have, what would that talent be?
I would like to read people's minds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't think that'd be too tricky or...
I know. I mean, I would know how to handle myself around people more, and there would be less conflict. Right?
Okay. But what if you hear things about you?
Man.
Or they're like, Dorothy's a stone cold bitch.
Then I know to steer clear, right?
I guess that makes sense. I would be all like, "Oh, what? Well, let's talk about why you don't think that. Why you think that way of me." What's your biggest pet peeve?
Pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve? Not using tissue paper.
Like when they're crying or like blowing nose. Like what you talking about here, girl?
Just people that don't use tissue paper. Generally.
You just making that answer up right now?
No, I'm thinking about it. I'm just
if
like
anyone in the world just like
no,
doesn't
like-
fucking like tissue paper.
no, like see, like if you use the bathroom and you don't use a tissue paper, and there are people that don't, I'm just like, why don't you? Or like if we're eating in a restaurant and you have food all over your face and you don't use tissue paper and you use the back of your hand, why do you do that?
All right, I dig it.
Okay.
All right, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Mulan.
Mulan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems. I mean, everything you said, I was trying not to say it, but like,
Yeah,
you're definitely Mulan.
You
You are
totally
literally
trying
Mulan.
to get my vibe right now.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't need the dipshit Nebraska white boy to say like, you're Mulan, and like, I don't need that in my
Lol.
life. All right, last question.
Okay.
You're in trouble.
Okay.
Something happens.
Okay.
Who's the first person you call?
My mom.
Is it your mom?
Yeah, it is my mom.
But like, they can't do anything in the moment. Like, what if it's in the moment thing you need? She can't fly from the Philippines.
My mom is like a total badass.
Wow, I
She
bet
can
she
make
is.
things happen. You have
She
no
just-
idea.
She fucking calls a goddamn secure.
No, like I have like my mom is great. I have nothing but praise for my mom, and I just want to be like her. She's so efficient. She has never lived with a guy ever in her life. Like she has taken care of herself like throughout her entire life, and it's just like this woman is the epitome of an empowered woman.
Yeah. Tell me if this is too much. So
Yeah.
no dad in the picture?
No, so I was a fling. I was a fling.
I was a fling.
Yeah. My
Okay.
mom was just like, I'm gonna have a good night, and then boom, there's
Boom,
me.
Dorthea come out.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Dorthea?
I'm here. Great.
How do you feel about? I mean, how do you feel about that? Is it? So there's no relationship with your dad at all?
No, I
Tell
see
me if
my.
this is too much. By the way, this is
No,
when you
no,
can be
not
like,
at
"That's some
all.
fuck off."
No, I see my dad.
Okay.
So my mom and my dad are civil, and my mom is nice enough to invite my dad to big celebrations like birthdays or Christmas. So my dad would come to those big celebrations, and I have a good relationship with my dad. Like I feel like he's a cool guy, but it's not the same like with my mom, who has literally raised me by herself. Like
Yeah.
it was just my mom that really did everything from scratch. But it's also like she wasn't prepared for me, but she was prepared for the responsibility of just her.
So when you're growing up, was your dad there at all?
No.
Or-
So again, he would only come during like special events and be like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm great. Thanks." Like I only
does
knew
that bother you at all? I feel like I'm digging, but like I'm only digging because I know that I have dad issues. Like I'm a fucking loser. But
the thing is, my mom was so loving that I didn't feel the need to look for more love.
okay.
Like my mom gave me the world. So so like when my dad would come over, I was like, "Oh cool, there's this." And I only knew he was my dad when I was 5 years old. So I knew him before I was 5, but I called him uncle. And then I was like, when I was 5 and when my mom told me that he was my dad, I was like, "Hey uncle, did you know that you were my dad?"
So it's not like this loving daughter-dad relationship.
No, it's more of like a very close uncle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
But you're comfortable with that. You feel okay with that.
Yeah. Like I know in the movies or in other stories, it's like all of this drama or whatnot. But like I was raised by women. I was raised by my mother's sister, and my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So for a big chunk of my growing up, I lived with the 3 of them, and that was it. And my nanny.
Had a nanny?
I had a nanny.
You spoiled son of a bitch.
So my nanny
You
was with
spoiled
me.
son of a bitch.
My nanny was with me since I was like 6 months, and she's still with my mom until now.
What? Really?
Yeah. She never got married. She was a live-in nanny, and I call her my second mom.
And
so
she just lives with your mom now?
yeah. So she's just my mom's companion. So after I moved to New York, so for the longest time she was my nanny. When I say that someone was waiting for me at parties, my nanny was waiting for me at parties till I was 24. Oh! I love you, Ate Matet. But yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
So 4 women raised me, and there was just so much love there that there's no drama whatsoever. Like I know people would be like, so you went through a hard time. I was like, no,
a lot of people would say that.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, oh, my dad's not there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not talking shit on your dad, but like,
No.
literally he's not someone
Yeah.
you probably call for
No,
things and
no. But it was also my mom's choice. He was just like, I don't want him to be in the picture.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And she never remarried or did
No,
anything.
not at all. And so that's why, and there are the guys that would like be like, do you want to, get it on? And my mom's like, no, not really. That's not
away
who
from
I
me.
am.
Fuck away from me, losers. Get the fuck
But
outta
you
here.
would, like, my mom is a wild child. I kid you not. Like, she drinks like crazy. Every day she drinks sake and soju before
go.
before sleeping. And like, during my graduation for acting school, she was drinking with the moms of my best friends. My best friend, who's Italian, her mom was puking and just fell over and had to be brought home carried. The other mom, my Greek friend's mom, was talking nonsense, and my mom was just like, yeah, it's all good. I'm fried. She's such an alcoholic. My mom is an alcoholic. It's true, Mom.
No,
you
no,
know
no.
that. You
no,
know that.
No. Don't put your mom like that.
She is,
But-
but I love her.
That's crazy because I think the father-daughter relationship is so built in my head. Like it's such a big thing to me, and I think when someone doesn't have that, it's everyone thinks it's a whole other thing. But
I know. There's a stigma about like looking for daddy figure and whatnot. But like, I don't understand it because I never needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't need it.
But also because that's how I grew up. I grew up with women, and I feel like people that grew up with two moms, I think, go through the same thing. I don't know.
I got you. I think that's just really cool because I know, like, even my sister, with our relationship with our dad, like the need for that love is always there. Even with me, like the need or want for that extra love from our father propels me or like haunts me to this day or whatever, you know. But it's really fucking awesome to hear like how you're raised by these fucking incredibly strong women, and you're like, I'm good. I don't need that. That's fucking awesome.
Okay, Dustin, what is the dream? Like, what do you aspire for in life?
What do I aspire for?
Yeah. Like, I know you just got a promotion and whatnot, and you can climb that ladder, but is that something that you want in life, or is there something else that you're trying to work for?
I'm always trying to work for the ultimate dream of having my own show.
Really? Like something like this, the podcast?
Even though it's this, acting has always been kind of the dream. It's just I want to have something that's my own that can help me take care of my family. Mm-hmm. But this is where I'll get personal. My dream is to be a dad. And it sucks saying that because then it seems like me saying that means that I'm not focused on the other things. But I've had too many convos about this and this kind of stuff. I know that that's what I want more than anything in life, is to be a dad. I know that. That doesn't mean that I need to have a girl that needs to be with me as but I know it's like it's something that means a lot to me, and it's something that I know it's almost like I felt like that's what I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes I hate saying that because I think some people take that different ways. Some people take that in a way of, oh, every time he talks to a girl, he needs to be in this serious relationship. Oh, every time he's this. No, I don't need that. But I know that that's something that I'm always thinking about.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, like I want to have a loving relationship. I want someone that I can call my home to.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I'm writing this play called Home. That I already written, and it's the idea is like where everyone home is, and I think my home is being a father. I don't know what the fuck that is. It could be the fucking issues that I have with my dad. It could be the fact that like I just like all that love for some like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but that's my dream. And that sounds stupid because some people will think that it means that I'm not doing for those things, or I'm constantly thinking about if I'm hooking up with somebody. Oh, she's my wife. No, it's not fucking it at all. Not even fucking close.
Yeah.
But I'm still working towards the dreams of being this actor and this person that can take care of my family and all that kind of stuff. But that's what I want more than anything, probably.
No, that's great.
Why are you crying?
No, because like the dream is to care for another human being as they grow. Like, what a dream!
Why are you gonna fucking make me cry like that, Dorthea?
No, I'm just like, that's great.
Don't fucking do that to me. You made me cry fucking 2 days in a row now. I don't fucking like
No,
it.
that's great. Really, like, wow.
God damn it. I wasn't mean like that. But like, can you like sometimes that's hard though. Like some people think that it means this other thing, and I don't.
No, it's.
I think it comes from wanting to help somebody and be with like with the fact of like that all that love that you have goes to somebody that's gonna fucking that I don't want anything from, you know?
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that sometimes
No,
because
that's lovely.
it's lovely, but it's also fucking probably hurt my love life a little bit. So
No, not at all. When you find the person, it's gonna be great.
I'm gonna fucking videotape you crying in your emotions and it makes me sad. Why
No,
don't you-
because like I have a great mom. I really do, and like to have a dream of just being a great parent is such a gift because I have been at the reciprocating end of it, and I love my life for my parent. So I'm just so excited for your kids.
I have to have kids first, Dorthea. I have to find someone that actually likes to be with me enough to have kids.
No, I'm gonna introduce you to all my friends, my single friends. Because it's a great life to have such a great parent, you know?
Yeah.
And I think you're gonna be a fucking awesome parent, given how I've seen you with kids and whatnot.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Fuck you. I'm not good
Yo,
with
fuck
emotions.
you!
You fuck you. You fuck you.
Dusty's drunken thoughts, y'all. Here we go. Drunk ass. God damn it.
Number one, the bike riders in this fucking city are fucking assholes. They can go fuck themselves because they fucking think that they're in cars and they act like they're in cars, but they won't respect like they're people that are walking. And I don't fucking understand it, and it's bullshit because every time I'm walking home or I'm walking down the street, I got this fucking bike zooming down, thinking that the red light doesn't apply to him because he's not in a motorized vehicle per se, but yet he can move faster than I'm walking. So fuck off and pause. And it's bullshit. And they're aggressive and they're angry and they just want to fucking like fuck you, dude. Let me fucking do this. Get the fuck out of my way. And you're assholes, and I want to whoop all their asses. Do you have any
Okay.
thoughts on that, Dorthea?
Well, my thoughts go very differently. I'm just like, oh my god, this biker doesn't know that he's risking his life, and I just want them to live the next day. And
so
no,
nice.
but like really,
They're not that nice, Dorthea. They don't give a fuck.
I kid you not. I tried biking in the city, and the one time that I did, I was crying because a bus was beside me. I was just like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna die. So, like, anyone that I see biking through the city, I'm like, wow, they're risking their lives. Wow. And for what? For just feeling the wind. Okay. I wish you lived the next day.
You're nicer than me. I think they're all fucking assholes. All right. Dusty's drunken thought number 2.
Okay.
I think about my wedding a lot.
Okay.
Now, let me clarify this real quick.
Got it.
I don't think about marrying the woman. I think about ranking my best man. That's what I think about.
What?
I think about ranking the groomsmen. That's what I think about a lot.
Okay.
And now this could come from my obsession, the MySpace, when you ranked your fucking top friends. But I swear to God, there's times where I go, if I got married today, who's my best man? It's not about the marriage. It's not about anything other than I want to know who my best men are here.
Yeah.
So if I set a fucking number, I want to know in this time of my life, who are those friends? And they'll probably talk to my stupid ass loyalty or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
who are the people that I'm going to be like, you're going to be my groomsman? I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. It's so dumb. But it also makes me laugh because sometimes I'm like, you could be replaced. Understand me? And
Oh
a
my
drop of a
God.
dime, if you fuck up, I'll fucking replace you. And I'll put another person on the line. And I don't know why, but I think about it so much sometimes. It's so dumb. I'm like, all right, so Miles is one. Miles hasn't fucked up that much. But then I go down the line,
Miles.
and I'm like, this dude was a little asshole last week. Maybe I bump him down a little bit. That's all I think about with our wedding. Again, I think about nothing else other than Who's my groomsman gonna be?
God.
Is that crazy and stupid?
Not at all. Like, to be honest, right now, if I know, like, in like wedding rituals, whatever, there only has to be one maid of honor. But for me, I'm just like, I'm gonna have 5 maid of honors. That's
See, no,
gonna be me.
Dorthea, we can't do that because I'm a firm believer in the world that you got one best friend.
I cannot.
They're not their best friend
I
then.
can't.
They're not your best friend then.
I can't.
No, there's one person because it's fucking titles. He's my best friend. It doesn't mean there's fucking 4 others. Best friend means best friend.
No,
Singular.
I have 5.
That's fucking. They're not your best friend. They're just a bunch of friends that you like.
No,
that's what it fucking is to me.
like, if I had to die for each of these 5 people, I would.
I understand that, but you gotta pick one.
I can't. I'm getting so stressed.
That's why I'm a cynical fucking asshole.
I can't.
Because
I can't.
I've already picked one. Every one of my friends knows
No.
that if Miles is, I have to choose Miles over everybody, you lose. I pick Miles. Okay?
I cannot pick. It's
But that's what I think a
it's like-
best friend is,
it's
though.
5 maid of honors. It's Pat, Shelley, Chrissy, Soleil, and Gwendolyn.
No, we gotta
That's
let
my
them-
5.
No,
That's my 5.
that's
And
fine.
it's my wedding, so I'm gonna have 5 maid of honors.
That's
And
true. I mean, I guess.
I don't care if I don't have any bridesmaids. I can like let that shit go. All of them will be my maid of honors.
Yeah, but they all fucking. You can't. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be my life. I'm gonna have 5 of them. And that's the thing. Because before New York, I was like, oh, Pats and Shelly, they're just gonna share the maid of honor seat. That's just gonna happen. I talked to them about it. I was like, I can't pick between the both of you. Both of you are just gonna be my maid of honors. And they were cool with it. But
I'm
now
not cool
that
with it. If I go to your wedding, I'm gonna be like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. We need to clarify.
No, I cannot.
We need to singly
I
clarify
can't.
who's the best fucking friend here.
No,
and I want that
man.
shit ranked
Like-
and known.
I can tell you like a reason why each of them is a maid of honor.
Yeah, I get that. But there's only one.
No, there's no one.
There's
There's no one. There's 5.
See,
There's
that's
5.
that's why I'm fucked in the head. I'm like, yeah, you're. I like to put. I like to put
good
people
for
in places.
you, Miles. Good for you,
Yeah,
Miles. But I have
like
5.
To literally tell people, I'm like, Miles, hey, look at this list. He's above you. Okay, you understand that?
Now I want to meet Miles. It makes me want to meet Miles.
No, you'll meet Miles soon. Promise. You'll meet
But
him.
no, I have 5, and that's it. I'm not gonna compromise. It's gonna be 5, and that's how I want to live my life. And I'm drunk.
Yeah, but then if
and
I
it's gonna
hear,
be 5.
but when I'm at that fucking wedding and I hear, oh, he's the bridesmaid, I'm like, no, they're all the maids of fucking honor because Dorthea couldn't make the fucking
Yeah.
decision.
No, I am willing to cut bridesmaids just to have maid of honors, and that's it. And I'm not gonna go over 5. I'm very
So
set.
they all get to speak. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's all traditional. I understand. My head's going in the traditional route, but my groomsmen, for anyone that actually listens to this, Miles,
Nice.
Winston,
Hello.
Adam,
Hi, Adam.
Aaron,
Hello, Adam. Aaron.
Jake,
Hi, Jake.
Scott.
Hi, Scott.
And let me tell you something. Scott, you can be replaced.
Scott, don't do anything bad to Dustin.
But that's
in
what I'm
the
saying.
next 3 years.
Like once a month, I sit back and I'm like, who's my best friends right now? Like I have some people that I talk to more than others or whatever. I'm weird like that.
Okay,
I'm really
Scott, you need to call Dustin more. That's what it means.
So, what we're going to do right now is Dorthea is going to do a tarot reading or did you say just a tarot reading, right?
Yeah, so it's not for entertainment. So whatever comes to your mind, just focus or be mindful of that thought. And if nothing comes to your mind, that's fine.
All right. So first thing comes to my mind, say it.
More of like when I say something, what's the thought that comes into you?
Okay. Got it.
All right.
Sex. Got
Favorite color?
Blue.
Name of your mom.
Vicky.
Dessert that you like.
Dessert that I like?
Mm-hmm.
Cheesecake. Don't.
Spirit animal.
Yeah. My spirit animal is a fucking panda.
Oh. Favorite country band or singer?
Luke Combs. Don't fucking do that.
Sorry.
Don't be like, oh. You fucked up
and
there now, didn't you,
I
buddy?
need one more. What would you name your kid?
Haley. I am obsessed with them. It's literally a non-negotiable. Yes.
That's beautiful. Okay. So, presently, I drew the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is someone that is operating on a lot of trauma. And so every action or move that one makes is based on past experiences and making sure that one doesn't get hurt.
That's a little too real for me.
What's weighing you down is the King of Cups, meaning usually the King of Cups is someone that can control emotions, but because it's weighing you down, it means that there are emotions that you can't control, meaning they tend to go out, they tend to be known, they tend to color how you move through life. Okay. Now, I drew the Five of Wands for you, meaning how you see things is usually, even though it's not against you, you always feel like, oh, this is against me. Like someone tripped you by accident, you're like, no, this is conscious. This person was meaning to trip me. And so just a note that there's need to change, where like not everything bad that happens to you is because of you. It's just how the situation turned out. So there's a mindset shift in that.
I don't like this.
I'm sorry.
It's making me fucking emotional.
Okay. Now, another card that I drew for you is the Seven of Cups, which means that there is a lot of opportunities that are being presented to you, but you don't know, but you're in a place where I don't know if this opportunity is the one that I want to take and the one that will actually lead me to success. So rather than making a big leap, you're just like, let me just take a nibble and see. But I will also look at all of these other opportunities and take a nibble. And so rather than taking a big step, you're just like at this starting point and nibbling. Your strength is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords means that you know who to cut out in your life when you need to. And I don't know if you can see this card, but it's like this person getting stabbed and like trying to reach out to you, and you're like, nah, I'm not gonna save you.
Nah, I'm good, dude. Sit the fuck back.
Which is a strength that you have, which means that you know who to cut and you know who to keep.
This shit's too fucking real, Dorthea. I don't fucking like it.
I'm so sorry.
I don't like it.
But this is beautiful. And this was when I asked you what your question was and you said Haley, the card that you got was the Star. And this is for your future.
Stop.
And the Star is either a person or an experience that will be your guiding light, that will make you feel very full and whole.
This is bullshit, Dorthea. I don't like these emotions that you got going through my fucking mind right now,
No, but
okay?
you have to look at this card.
I don't want to look at it. It's making me fucking emotional.
Like, the star is someone that is going to replenish you when you feel depleted. So it can either be a person or an experience or a place in life where you're gonna find yourself being replenished. And so if we go to like you being the Queen of Swords, which is trauma, to being a person that is being replenished, I think the trauma and knowing the right person or the right circumstances that will make your life be whole will come. Like, all of the things that you're going through is necessary for you to make the right decisions, to meet the right person, or to get to the right place to become whole or replenished or infinite. So yeah. I mean, I was kind of scared to get another card, but out of all the 74 cards, the star is the one that you get for your future. So
That's a bunch of bullshit. It's fucking too much for me.
So yeah, that's my reading.
That was fucking. I don't. God damn it. I don't like it. It's like you fucking read me like a book, and you're like, let me fuck.
No, but that's great because, to be honest, it could have been so much worse. I could be like, I could have gotten a very shitty card and tried to spin it better, but like I got an amazing card and I was like,
wait, so all the cards you just tell me is you're spinning it the way it needs to be spun?
I kid you not.
Well, spun or whatever.
The Seven of Cups is not a good thing because you need to make a decision. If you want to do, like right now you're nibbling, you need to choose, man. Choose it and
Choose
go
some
for
shit.
it. And like the Five of Wands, I'm like, no, you're not gonna try with that mindset of like everything wrong is happening because of me. No, it's not because of you. Change that shit. I'm like, okay, I get the trauma. Fine.
Yeah, the trauma makes sense.
And you can't hide your emotions. It's okay. It's okay. You're not good at hiding. I've known about that.
I'm not good at all.
But like, so out of a lot of the things, and like, look at the strength that you have is like, I can cut people out. Like, I don't know if that's a good strength to have. I know it's a good strength to have, but like, this is a great card. This is a great card.
That was pretty. Wow. So that was a tarot reading of me from Dorthea.
That's me. So if you want a tarot reading, I give 30-minute tarot readings for $10.
$10.
Yeah, at babay.len on Instagram.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Dorthea, thank you so much for being on.
You're
Is there
welcome.
any way what can they follow you on? What can they look forward to with what you're working on?
So if you want to follow me, my acting Instagram is at Dorthea Gloria. My tarot Instagram is at babay.len. And I'm going to be in 2 plays. One is Forging the Truth with Mai Theater this September. And October, I'm doing a scary, spooky devised piece with the Hedge Pig Theater Ensemble. And I think it's at Prospect Park, but if that changes, I'll let you guys know. Just look at my Instagram.
Yeah, so she's doing a bunch of shit. She has a screening for a TV pilot coming up soon.
I hope I get it.
She's working on. But yeah, so Dorthea, again, it's been fucking awesome to have you on.
Thank you for having me, Dustin. This has been wonderful and great and amazing, and I'm glad this was my first podcast ever.
Fucking yes. So as usual, follow Drinks on Dusty. Look it up. Fucking don't. Fuck off. Live your life.
thanks for everyone that has reached out about the new episodes and stuff. It's actually been pretty awesome, man. Everyone that listened to the last episode with my dumbass talking for about half an hour and actually thought that was cool. That was fucking dope. But yeah, so share it, subscribe, look at it, like it, whatever. If you want to be on, all you have to do is reach out to me. Go out, hug somebody, tell someone you love them. All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Drinks on Dusty. We out, Dorthea. Blah, 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 blah.
Bye. Paalam.